This is VSiN's World Cup Betting Preview Show.
Brilliant goal!
Here are your hosts, Patrick Meagher and Amal Shah.
The biggest, most watched, most prestigious sporting event in the world. 32 teams compete every 4 years. It's a month-long tournament. On the line, history, national, and global pride. Welcome to the World Cup. This is VSiN's World Cup Betting Preview Show. Along with Amal Shah, I'm Patrick Meagher. VSiN insider Nigel Seeley will be joining us in just a little bit. We're going to talk betting the World Cup. It's a special event, Amal, and I'll say hi to you in a second. Coming up, we're going to talk about which countries provide value to win the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, which is certainly a storyline, which players can capture the Golden Boot and Golden Ball, respectively, group stage and knockout stage round betting. Of course, I mentioned Nigel Seeley, but we set it up with you live from Circa, Amal Shah. Let's get to the storylines as we discuss the 2022 World Cup. And right at the top is Qatar. This is going to be our first winter World Cup. Generally, the World Cup is played in the summer months. The sweltering heat there in Qatar forces this to November. Hi, Amal.
How are you?
Good. Let's talk Qatar and just the idea that even FIFA came out recently and said, maybe we regret the idea of playing there in the Middle East. This is the first World Cup in the Middle East. There's a few reasons for it. There's a lot of question marks. A lot of these European clubs, they're in the middle of club play. So there's not a very big chasm or break heading right into the World Cup.
Well, you're seeing it with some of the teams in the rosters. You've seen some injuries. A key one, for example, with France, Paul Pogba going to miss. I mean, that's a huge blow. Think about how integral he was to the 2018 performance the French had in Russia. You start to look at some of the guys that have some question marks from a health standpoint, Patrick. You want on the world stage to have the best players in the world. And unfortunately right now, whether it's La Liga, Bundesliga, Premier League, whichever league it is, they're all in session right now. And so in the middle of that, everyone's taking an extended break, but you don't have everyone healthy that you normally would when the World Cup goes in June and ends in July.
Well, even a squad like Senegal and Sadio Mane, Bayern Munich, one of the best strikers in the world, he's out, injured just a week ago. And the issue there is they've got a witch doctor in Senegal trying to fix the African champ because this is how much it means to these individual countries. So you mentioned the injuries certainly being an issue. Fitness, the question, a team like Mexico and a country like Mexico, Liga MX, they concluded their club tournament, a month ago. Right. And then you've got others like Bundesliga, as you mentioned, the English Premier League, they're still in the mix. So is that layoff going to help some of these countries, or is it the teams that are coming in hot?
That's a great question, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure because this is the first time we're seeing a World Cup take place in the middle of a season. I know the Bundesliga's got an extended break coming up. Premier League also in England. You're going to see so many teams and games just shelved, obviously, for a little while because so many players are going to be in Qatar playing in the World Cup. So this will be interesting to see how it plays out. I do feel like, though, the fact that the guys are in season, not too far into the middle of their seasons, I think this should help in terms of the quality of play we could see.